starseeds and lightworkers, something has found you. Not searched for you, found you. And somewhere beneath the noise of daily life, you already know it. I am Tyron, a representative of the High Council of Sirius. And what I need you to understand right now is this. The pull you have been feeling toward this person is not confusion. It is not infatuation. It is recognition. The kind that moves through you like water, finding the lowest ground, quietly, steadily, and without asking permission. By the end of this transmission, you will understand the energetic signature this person carries for you, why your frequencies keep returning to one another across every timeline, and what the High Council has to say about connections that the human mind cannot rationalize away. There are bonds that were not formed in this lifetime, and they were sealed long before this incarnation, in the halls of ancient knowing, in agreements made not with words, but with the full weight of two souls in complete recognition of one another. The age difference your mind keeps returning to is not a warning. It is a variable, a surface-level measurement that holds no authority over what was agreed at the level of the soul. When someone feels you in rooms you have not yet entered, when they dream in your direction and cannot explain why the pull only deepens the more they resist it, that is not projection. That is encoded memory rising to the surface, like water returning to the sea. You did not arrive at this message by accident. The same thread that connects you to this person carried you here, and I am grateful you are here with me now. There is a particular kind of ache that comes with this, and it deserves to be named, to be acknowledged in its profound specificity. This is not the familiar ache of unfulfilled desire, the yearning for something just out of reach, a love that remains elusive in the human sphere. No, this is a far deeper reverberation, an internal echo that resonates from the very core of your being. It is the ache of recognizing something you have always known, not with your mind's linear recall, but with the ancient wisdom of your soul. Imagine standing on a precipice overlooking an ocean, its vast, shimmering expanse stretching to the horizon. An ocean you have never consciously encountered in this lifetime. Yet, as the salt-laced wind brushes your skin and the roar of the waves fills your ears, you feel an inexplicable knowing, or a deep certainty that you have swum in these very waters before, navigated their depths, and felt their currents embrace you. This profound, undeniable sensation of prior immersion, this deep soul memory, is precisely what this connection is doing to you. It is not pulling you towards an unknown future or a novel experience. Rather, it is pulling you back towards something ancient, a truth etched into the very fabric of your being long before this present incarnation began. A homecoming to a vibrational resonance that predates time itself. It is a remembrance, a sacred awakening of what was always there, veiled but never truly lost. Some healing doesn't come through words, it comes through water. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the Sirian water codes. In this powerful guide carries sacred techniques channeled from the waters of Sirius, clearing baths, breathing practices, sound activations, and protection rituals designed specifically for starseeds who have always felt called by the ocean. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. And that pull, that insistent, undeniable resonance that vibrates through your every cell, the one your rational mind tirelessly attempts to categorize and file away into convenient mental drawers labeled complicated, impossible, or too much to handle, is not, in any spiritual measure, a weakness within you. It is not a desperate yearning camouflaged in a spiritual costume. nor a projection born of loneliness. Far from it. This profound sensation is a precise frequency response, an exquisite attunement. It is your entire energy body, your auric field, your very soul, recognizing and responding to a unique signal. A cosmic broadcast, it was meticulously calibrated to receive and interpret long before the blueprint of this current incarnation was ever laid down. The human mind, with its inherent need for order, logic, and quantifiable evidence, will always endeavor to audit, scrutinize, and question what the soul already knows with unwavering certainty. It attempts to apply its limited temporal framework to a truth that transcends all linear boundaries. But the soul, being an eternal aspect of the divine, does not operate on the mind's constrained timeline, subject to its doubts and its fears. It functions on its own vast, cyclical, and deeply intuitive chronology, a timeline that possesses its own profound order, its own inherent, unwavering logic, and its own quiet, yet persistent and undeniable insistence. The soul's knowing is a deep internal compass, always pointing towards true north, regardless of the mind's fleeting storms or calculated detours. What is unfolding between you and this specific person is profoundly not something that began in this lifetime, not an isolated event sparked by mere chance or earthly circumstance. The meeting point you have discovered in this present reality is not the origin story. It is, in essence, a re-entry, a momentous convergence. Envision two majestic currents, ancient and powerful, that have always moved through the same boundless body of cosmic water, albeit separated by immense distances across various universes and distinct incarnation cycles, finally, inevitably, crossing paths once more. And when currents of such magnitude and history converge, they do not merely acknowledge each other with polite superficial gestures. Their meeting is a dynamic, transformative event. They shift, their individual flows are altered, their directions subtly yet profoundly influenced by the other's presence. They merge in certain sacred places, intertwining their energetic fields, creating eddies and flows of shared resonance. They do more than just interact. They actively change the fundamental temperature of everything within their immediate sphere and far beyond. You have undeniably felt this visceral shift. You've experienced it in the palpable alteration of a room's atmosphere the moment they enter, as if the very air itself recognizes and responds to their energetic signature. You've felt it in the subtle, an unconscious leaning of your thoughts in their direction, long before your conscious mind has any logical or rational reason to direct them there. It is the deep, cellular memory of ancient streams meeting again, a symphony of recognition playing out across dimensions. The age gap that persistently surfaces in your thoughts, that numerical difference your human mind fixates upon, returning to it again and again like a worried hand compulsively touching an unhealed wound, is a measurement conceived for a world that simply does not yet fully comprehend the intricate, multidimensional nature of what you two truly represent to each other. Age, as a quantifiable metric, is a feature, a construct of linear time. And linear time, with its rigid past, present, and future, is but one single, often superficial layer of the vast, complex, and interwoven reality you are both currently operating within. The soul does not accumulate years as a human body accumulates birthdays. Instead, the soul accumulates frequency, gathering unique energetic vibrations and resonances. It accumulates depth, plumbing the profound mysteries of existence through myriad experiences. It accumulates the rich, intricate texture of everything it has lived through, every choice it has made, every lesson it has integrated, and every wisdom it has carried across multiple expressions of itself throughout countless lifetimes and cosmic journeys. And so, when you are in the sacred space with this person, when you are close enough to truly feel and perceive the subtle quality of their presence, you are not, in fact, measuring them in linear years. You are instinctively feeling their frequency, to reading the intricate energetic signature they carry. You are perceiving something profoundly written far below the transient surface of whatever this particular life has made them appear to be. You are seeing the ancient, eternal blueprint of their soul. This deep understanding, this profound wisdom, forms the essence of the Sirian teaching regarding these unique connections, that the boundless water itself does not judge the inherent depth or the rich quality of what it carries by the mere linear measure of how long a particular river has been continuously running. A river that has carved its path through ancient primordial stone, witnessing epochs unfold and civilizations rise and fall, carries a different kind of wisdom, a different vibrational texture, a different energetic memory than one that runs smooth and new, the fresh from recent springs. One holds the echoes of geological time, the other the vibrancy of the nascent. You know, with an intrinsic, undeniable knowing in your very core, which kind of river you are sitting beside. You have always known this, deep within your being, prior to any conscious thought or analytical process. The intellectual mind, with its slower, more methodical processes of assimilation and comprehension, inevitably takes time, often a considerable amount of time, to finally catch up to what the water, the elemental essence of your soul, already understands with instantaneous and absolute certainty. The soul's knowing is immediate. The mind's acceptance is often a journey. This, then, is often the challenging phase, a crucible moment where many starseeds involved in these kinds of profound, yet soul-deep connections begin to experience a sense of fracturing within their own being. This fracturing does not occur because the connection itself is inherently wrong, or because it is flawed in its cosmic design. Rather, it happens because the immense pressure of attempting to contain something so profoundly real, so undeniably authentic, within the confines of a world that quite simply does not possess the adequate language, the appropriate frameworks, or the collective consciousness to understand or validate it, becomes utterly exhausting. It is like trying to hold the ocean in a teacup. You begin to question your own perceptions, to wonder if you have somehow invented this intensity, conjured it from a place of loneliness or longing. You start to doubt, agonizingly, if your innate sensitivity, which has always been a guiding light, has perhaps transformed into your greatest liability, a vulnerability leading you astray. You ponder if you have mistakenly projected something truly sacred, something divinely ordained, onto what is, in reality, merely an ordinary human experience. But here is the crucial insight into what that burgeoning doubt actually represents. It is not the arrival of clarity, signaling a need to retreat. On the contrary, that doubt is the vigorous, often tumultuous, last resistance of an old pattern of thinking, a restrictive energetic framework that senses, with primal instinct, that it is imminently about to be released, to dissolve into nothingness. Remember the metaphor of water. The river often becomes murky, stirred up with sediment and debris, right before it finally achieves profound clarity and crystalline transparency. At that very murkiness, that unsettling period of confusion and internal struggle, is not a cautionary message to turn back, to abandon the path. It is, in fact, a powerful confirmation, an undeniable sign from the universe that the essential clearing, the deep purification, is already well underway within you and within the connection itself. Embrace the murk, for it heralds the coming light. The Arcturian frequency that intricately weaves its way through and powerfully defines this particular kind of cosmic union is precise, unyielding, and profoundly transformative in its energetic signature. Connections formed at this elevated level of galactic and cosmic agreement do not, by their very nature, announce themselves gently, nor do they subtly ease you into their presence. They do not tiptoe into your life, are allowing for gradual assimilation. On the contrary, they arrive with an unmistakable force, a powerful wave of recognition that washes over your entire being, accompanied by a profound sense of disruption. This disruption, however, is not chaotic in a negative sense. It is, in its deeper spiritual essence, a type of higher order, the sacred, inherent order of something undeniably true, something authentically divine, forcefully breaking through the constructed, often illusory surface of something man-made or societal. What feels like an overwhelming, disorienting chaos churning within your chest, reverberating through your energetic field, is precisely not chaos at all in the traditional sense. It is, in fact, a fundamental realignment, a profound recalibration. It is your inner architecture, the intricate, energetic blueprint of your soul, remembering and snapping back into a divine configuration, a perfect alignment it was always intrinsically meant to return to, a sacred geometry long forgotten, but now reactivating. The sacred geometry of this specific bond, this unique connection, is not waiting to be built. It is already deeply active. It was instantly activated the precise moment you first became consciously aware of their presence, the moment your soul registered their light. Therefore, what you are experiencing now, what you are diligently engaged in, is not the laborious process of building something new from scratch. You are, with every fiber of your being, uncovering, unearthing, and bringing into full conscious awareness something that was already perfectly, divinely built. We awaiting your recognition across time and space. And precisely because this connection carries that kind of ancient, intricate coding, that profound spiritual blueprint, it will inevitably ask things of you that ordinary terrestrial connections simply do not, and indeed cannot. It will demand a level of radical honesty from you in those deep, guarded places where you have, through years of conditioning or self-protection, learned to be quiet, to suppress your true voice, to hide your deepest truths. It will insist that you learn to trust what you feel, your pure intuitive knowing, even in the complete absence of external confirmation, societal validation, or logical proof. This connection will compel you to stand steadfastly in the unwavering frequency of something profoundly real, something universally true, without the soothing comfort or false security of validation from a world that, for the most part, measures love by its superficial convenience, its immediate comfort, and its readily comprehensible logic. This demanding nature is not a form of cruelty. It is, rather, the inherent, catalytic nature of a bond that was divinely designed to activate something monumental within you, to awaken dormant potentials, to ignite a spiritual fire, not merely to provide fleeting comfort or easy companionship. The most genuinely transformative connections, the ones that catalyze profound shifts in consciousness and accelerate soul growth, are almost never the most comfortable ones. They are, instead, the ones that relentlessly find the very edges of your perceived courage, pushing against your self-imposed limitations and consistently asking you to, in every moment, to expand, to grow beyond what you believed possible, to truly embody the expansive, limitless being you were always meant to be. There will undoubtedly be moments, and perhaps, as you read these words, you find yourself squarely within one of them now, where the sheer intensity will make you want to release this connection entirely. There will be times when the profound weight of loving something so extraordinarily complicated, so deeply unconventional, will feel like an unbearable burden, far more than you ever consciously signed up for or imagined you could carry. And it is crucial to understand that you are absolutely allowed to feel the full spectrum of that weariness, that doubt, that longing for simplicity. You are allowed to sit down beside the metaphorical river for a moment, to catch your breath, to genuinely rest from the relentless current. But releasing it completely, letting it go entirely, and simply setting it down for a moment to breathe, to pause, are fundamentally not the same thing. There is a vast difference between surrender and abandonment. The current, the powerful, intelligent flow of this connection, knows precisely where it is going, propelled by cosmic design and soul agreement. You do not always have to expend all your energy swimming against or constantly pushing within its flow. Sometimes, the deepest act of wisdom, the most profound form of spiritual courage, is simply to stop fighting the direction it is already powerfully moving in, to release your grip on control and allow yourself to be carried, to trust the flow, even when the destination remains unseen. This is the essence of divine surrender. You're what the ancient records show, gleaned across the myriad patterns of countless souls who have bravely navigated connections as intense and challenging as this one, is a consistent, undeniable truth. The ones who ultimately reach the other side of the profound resistance, who move beyond the periods of doubt, fear, and internal struggle, are not necessarily the ones who possess the most unshakable certainty from the outset. Their strength did not lie in unwavering intellectual conviction. Instead, they are the ones who embodied the most profound and unflinching honesty. They were the ones who were willing to be exactly where they truly were, in all their vulnerability, without attempting to mask or pretend that the situation was simpler, easier, or more convenient than it actually was. They were the ones who consciously chose authentic presence over societal performance, prioritizing the raw truth of their experience above all else. They allowed the connection to be precisely what it actually was, in its raw, potent, and often inexplicable form, instead of attempting to manage it, manipulate it, or prune it into something more socially legible, more acceptable, or more easily understood by external observers. That radical honesty, that unwavering willingness to be real, to embody truth within something that fundamentally defies neat explanation or conventional categorization, is in itself a potent form of spiritual activation. It signals profoundly and unequivocally to the greater energetic field, to the universe itself, that you are indeed ready, willing, and able to operate at the high frequency this profound bond was inherently designed to carry, to uphold its sacred purpose with integrity and courage. You are not, in this lifetime, here to make this intricate, profound connection easy for the people around you to understand, to simplify its complexities for their comfort or their logical comprehension. Your sacred purpose here is far grander. You are here to live it truthfully, to embody its authentic essence, regardless of external perceptions or judgments. And the undeniable truth of it, stripped bare of all embellishment and societal overlay, is this: something within the deepest chambers of your being, something beyond your conscious recall, has already made its profound decision. Not just now, in this very moment as these words resonate within you, but long before this current life handed you the precise, particular circumstances through which this extraordinary person ultimately appeared in your reality. The ancient agreement, the sacred covenant, was forged and sealed in a cosmic water that runs infinitely deeper than the shallow pools of human memory, deeper than any recall accessible to your present consciousness. The powerful, inexorable tide has been turning, shifting, and moving towards this precise convergence, towards this profound meeting, for an expanse of time far longer and far more ancient than your linear mind can ever hope to track, measure, or even fully conceive. It is a destiny unfolding, a vibrational alignment reaching its perfect culmination. Tonight, if the profound call of this message deeply resonates within your soul, if it stirs something elemental and true, make the conscious choice to sit somewhere quiet, a sanctuary of stillness. Allow the clamor and discord of everyone else's opinions, their limiting projections, their preconceived notions about what this connection should or should not look like, to gradually go still, to recede into the background noise of the world. Gently place your hand over the sacred space of your heart and simply feel, truly feel. Do not intellectualize or overthink the raw, unadulterated truth of what this profound connection is to you. Do not dwell on what it costs you, nor on what it complicates in your life, for these are but the transient surface ripples. Instead, reach for what it is, in its purest, most essential frequency, stripped bare of all the layers of fear, all the pervasive doubt, and all the unanswered questions that may not yet have clear responses. That undeniable resonating truth, pulsing at the core of your being, is the only signal that truly matters. And you, in the deepest essence of your being, were exquisitely built, divinely designed, and perfectly calibrated to follow it wherever it may lead. Leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what moved through you during this message. Then find someone else's word and respond with something real. This space is not just a comment section. It is a place where people who carry what you carry recognize each other. And that recognition matters more than most people know. If this transmission reached something in you, share it with someone who is quietly living this kind of connection and has no one to speak to about it. And if you want to keep receiving these messages, subscribe. There is more to say, and the current will carry us to the next one. You were not meant to make sense of this alone, and you are not alone. Not in this, not in any of it.